Valley updates for March 9th to March 15th. This is Steve.
This is Danny.
And this is Tyler.
Let's go to our driver of the week. I'm going to go with Oliver Lumapat. Oliver's up in Las Vegas. He's been doing the PM shift relays for a long time now. And Oliver, I believe he is from Guam.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. You know, I was stationed in Guam for a while, and so was Ray Miles.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
For new hires, we had one guy start. He actually started yesterday. Ruben. How do you say his name again?
Escobedo.
Started yesterday here in Moreno Valley, and this is somebody that you know, right?
Yeah.
For our birthdays, little belated. Daryl Peoples' birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Daryl. And then we got no birthdays, no anniversaries for this upcoming week. Take a look at the weather. Let's see here for Los Angeles. It looks like cloudy, rainy all week. What did you do this week? Oh, you moved. You moved. So
I've been working since last Monday through the weekend, and with that move, it
get you a little tired.
Oh yeah. It kicked my butt.
All right. Las Vegas looks like possibly cloudy, rainy Thursday, but 56. That's kind of weird. Gonna get a little chilly in the evening towards the end of the week. For Phoenix, I'm leaving today. Gonna head out to Phoenix actually. Oops. What did I do here? For Phoenix, they also got a chance to rain in the middle of the week. Looks like 60s. Monday a little warm, but for the pedal drivers should be not too bad. Low 70s and 60s during the week. Salt Lake City, what do we got here? Towards the end of the week, yeah. So looks like their nighttime temperatures, except for Thursday, above freezing. Couple of warm days in the 60s, and looks like it's going to get a little colder towards the end of the week, with probably going to snow and rain at the end of the week. For Albuquerque, what are we looking at here? High 60s, 70s, and then Friday, very windy. Thursday, Friday, looking at very windy. Should be interesting. For injuries this week, we didn't have any.
Nope.
We had one accident.
So we had one accident for this week. The accident for this week was just a backing accident. Situation was the driver was backing up, trying to leave one of his stores, and as he was backing up, you have to back up around the pharmacy drive-through. So when the driver's backing up, cut it a little bit too close to the pharmacy awning, and caught it on the corner of the trailer and ripped a hole in the side of the trailer. Big reminder for this one for everyone is one, when you're backing up, make sure you're staying focused. That means make sure you don't have your music blasting. I highly recommend having your windows down as well. You know, you want to be able to hear other cars honking at you, people yelling at you, especially because behind you is your biggest blind spot. And the other big one for this is always get out and look, especially if you know you're in a tight area. At this store, you're kind of pinned between, a stop sign. And if you look at the stop sign, it's clearly been hit before by a driver trying to get out. It's almost bent to the ground. But you have the stop sign on one side and the awning on the other. So if you already know it's a tight spot, make sure you get out and look as you're backing up. Or if you know you're in a tight spot, well, once you get to that point where you're either going to clear or you're going to hit, get out and look and make sure you're clear in advance.
Yeah, that's a pretty big hole. Yeah. All right, for Smart Drive.
Yep. So I was going to say, it's a sizable hole. But for Smart Drive this week, a little bit of a rough week on Smart Drive. We had some two big events. Following distance, obviously, that's always going to be our number one for this week. It wasn't too much on passing, which is normally the bigger problem. We had a lot of really just guys sitting about the between 1 and 2 second mark and just getting flagged for that. So just as a reminder for everybody, you have to have that 3 seconds. Easiest way, if you don't know how to measure that, just find a fixed object on the road, the car in front of you. As they pass it, count 3 seconds. Then by 3 seconds, your hood should pass it, and that's 3 seconds of following. The other big one was failure to attempt at a stoplight. For people who don't know the difference in that, we have 2 events. We have incomplete stop. And that means you did attempt to stop. You just did a little bit of a California roll. Failure to attempt means you went through the light at full speed. Your tires just did not pass the line before the light clicked red. So we had a decent amount of those this week. So as a reminder for everybody, those are eventually going to result in a T-boning accident. You've got to stop before the line if you're not going to clear it. You got to watch out for the stale green lights. Come to be slowing down in advance if you don't think you're going to make it, and be able to stop.
Yeah, especially around here, in these very large intersections that Moreno Valley has. I'm sure same thing in Phoenix, very large, when there's 3 lanes both ways. When I went to go pick up coffee for the driver's room right now, as I went to pull out here comes a truck, right? I mean, the light was green for me. I went to go and I thought, that truck is not going to stop. And sure enough, right through the light he went.
Tell me, was it an Amazon truck?
I did. Could have been. they're notorious. But anticipating those. If you see a green light ahead, it's going to turn red. They don't stay green forever. For announcements, we've got a few things to put out. The cleaning supplies have been moved into a cabinet by the fuel island. So hopefully cleaning supplies can get out to, because the PM relays, they can really get any cleaning supplies. But, all right, so where does the issue come in with this? All of the stuff walks off into people's cars instead of getting used in the truck. We don't want that to happen. So what the ask from Walgreens is if we put this out there so it can be more available to more drivers. Don't take it to your car, just use it in the truck. And that way there's enough for everybody. Otherwise, I mean, if it all walks off, then they're not gonna leave it there. There is a new little procedure coming up about transfer totes. And basically, Tyler's been talking to people about it. Basically, stores are going to be able to send product back to the DC that's then going to be distributed to other stores. I'm not quite sure what the products are going to be yet, but it's supposed to go in a tote and has a label. There's no paperwork required. They just put it in the truck. But one thing to keep in mind is if that trailer is going to go move all the totes out and do a backhaul, then you don't want to take one of these transfer totes because it needs to go right back to the DC and then get redistributed. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to be doing a backhaul with that trailer, don't take the transfer totes. Otherwise, there's no paperwork. They just put it in. It's fairly, not a lot for us to do. Let's see, for our other thing, hazardous chemicals, hazardous waste. The stores can't send this back to the DC. Just a couple examples. So it's just the returns, these transfer totes, the donation products that don't bring any hazardous waste back to the DC. And nobody around here did it. It was some other DCs that it happened at. All right. Seems to me there was something else. I forgot. Do you have anything?
No.
No? Tyler, you got anything else?
Yeah, I got one quick one. I had actually forgotten about it. They sent out an email earlier this week about it, but Trans Service looks like they're starting to monitor their truck wings. They're trying to make sure all drivers are actually utilizing all the wings on the truck as they're driving, and they're monitoring, how many available miles we should have engaged them versus how much we actually did engage them. So just a reminder for everybody, you got to make sure you're using the truck wings properly. Write them up if you're having any issues with them. For the most part, we were pretty low on the list. Looks like other people have more trouble with it, so we weren't too bad off. But that was a big thing. If anybody's having trouble with them, please let Trans Service know.
So I guess I thought those wings just worked automatically.
They do. Once you go up above 50 miles per hour.
So they're basically saying if it...
They're not engaging, and nobody's pretty much writing them up, letting them know they're malfunctioning.
Ah, okay. That's a good point. So I think that's all we got for this week.
Yep.
That's it for me.